Hi, babies. Hi, Vaughn. Hi, Vaughn. Oh, that head. Oh. Good boy, Vaughn. Hi. Hi, baby. Thank you for the clear. Good evening, everybody. This is Amy, 100 Plus Abandoned Dogs of Everglades, Florida. No, no, no. This boy has had it rough, I'll tell you that. This is a typical Miami dog from the Redlands. They're abandoned. They know nothing but living outside and fighting for survival. There's so many dogs roaming, so many dogs abandoned. Just such a tough life for so many of these babies. The lucky ones get off the street. He's one of the lucky ones. We received a call from our friend Gloria. He was found in the Redlands. They didn't know if he was hit by a car. Even still, the hospital, the doctors, the nurses, they don't know. They did radiographs. They don't know if it was a machete, a car. It's really hard to tell. Obviously, he's not neutered. And the other thing is he's heartworm positive. We just sadly got the results back. So we have started him on antibiotics, doxycycline, and we're going to try the slow method with the ivermectin. We've had some great success with that, so we'll see what happens. Very, very, very sad dog. Just completely shut down, basically, according to the hospital. Everybody said he was just... What were the words that the doctors used, Shelley, about describing him at the hospital? What did they say to you when you picked him up?
Oh, it's just he's so broken and shut down.
Broken.
He's never been.
We don't know. Thanks.
Never known human at all.
We don't know if he's ever had kind human touch.
He has no human touch.
No human touch.
If he tries to lick you, and it's like he doesn't.
Everything's foreign. He's just He's disconnected too, you know. He's used to running the streets. And these are the dogs that we rescued years and years ago, remember? All the thousands of dogs that we've rescued from rural Miami, from our Everglade runs, and picking up 18, 20, 30 dogs at a shot at one rescue. They were just in the most horrific, unimaginable shape and condition, always heartworm positive, always an old injury, you know, bite wounds, broken limbs. So this takes me back to the days that we did a lot of the grassroots rescue in the Everglades. Sadly, you don't have to go to the Everglades any longer to rescue dogs because they're right here in our own backyard. Broward is just horrific also. Lots of peepees there. Get it out. Good boy.
Good boy.
His life is about to change. You are correct. We're going to love him and we're going to show him it's okay to accept affection and touch. Just one day at a time. We just got him out of the animal hospital late this afternoon. So we're going to let him just decompress and get to know his surroundings and get to know us. So that's a huge... No, Bubba's. No lickies. Took the cone off because I thought he didn't, he was uncomfortable, but it might have to go back on. He has a huge deep gash around his whole body. Here comes the rain. A huge scab that's on his top of his head. The doctor left me a long, detailed voicemail last night stating that she cleaned and sterilized, got all the wounds cleaned. Leave it! Leave it, Vaughn. Leave it. You're going to have the comb, baby. Cleaned all the wounds. She said do not wet them. Let them heal. Do not pull the scabs. Let them fall off on their own. Again, he is heartworm positive, not neutered. We will vaccinate him, but we're going to give him just a few days to relax. We have to microchip him as well. And as far as neutering him, we have to wait until the heartworm is negative. You can't put, you're not supposed to. The shelters do, and you can, but it puts their life in danger. For any of you that may have not have known that, putting a dog under anesthesia with heartworms is basically, heartworms are suffocating the heart. They could blow a clot and they could die. So for us, we're not doing it. I think we had one dog, if I remember, very emaciated, and I want to say her name was Miracle. Do you remember that skinny, emaciated dog, and they spayed her and he or she blew a clot and was adopted and died a couple of days later. That's going back years and years when we first started. So, you know, the doctors, protocol changes as everything changes, as time goes by. So we are going to treat him for heartworm like we do with all of our rescues that are heartworm positive. And once they become negative, just like Senna. Senna was positive the entire time we had her. And right before, we don't need to pee on the pillow. Right before she got adopted, we retested her. She was, thank God, negative, and we were able to spay her. I know, he's had it rough. He's had it really rough. So this is a beautiful life saved. You know, as much as we all wanted our sweet, beautiful Esther to come to this rescue house and shower her and smother her with love, guys, our hearts are still crushed. We're still talking about it. It is not how we wanted it to play out. That is not what we wanted for Esther. Sadly, her body was just too frail. When Shelly and I were at the animal hospital yesterday meeting Gloria, who dropped off and brought us Vaughn from the Redlands. Thank you, Gloria. The tech came outside, Ben, and Ben has been at Blue Pearl where Esther was being treated with Dr. Trow for years. He had tears in his eyes. He loved Esther so much. He said he actually wanted to adopt her, and he was actually going to bring his dogs in to meet her because he was going to adopt Esther. And he held her, and she was in his lap, and he held her and loved her and talked to her until she passed. So thank God for such kind people that are still left in this world. There is nothing more that we would have wanted than to have Esther here, thriving with us. But it was God's plan. It's out of our hands. There's no amount of money that can save them when it's in God's hands. So the only humane thing to do was to let her go. Her colon had twisted. She had so many different things. They thought she had cancer, the mucus. She was just, everything was against her. So we decided to take the words and trust the doctors and do the humane thing for Esther. So we said after we lost Esther, we really wanted to save another life. And we did. We didn't just save another life. We saved 4 other lives. We saved Vaughn. We saved Ruthie, formerly known as Lucy, today from Miami-Dade Shelter, and the 2 littles that Zoe did a video of and picked up today from Miami. Still no owner has come forward on the 2 littles. If any of you have watched the video, maybe you missed it, go back and take a peek. What are their names? Oscar and Felix. Well, Zoe sent me a text. I don't know which one it was, but she had to rush him to the hospital because his penis came out full. I don't know how do you even describe that? When the whole penis comes out and it won't go back in and they tell you to pour sugar on it. The sugar wasn't working, so she had to rush him to the hospital, and they are so bonded. The other one is screaming its head off because it can't be away from the other. So we have 2 littles. One's at the hospital. I'm hoping Zoe was able to pick up and they were able to tend to the smaller dog, whichever one it was. And we picked up Vaughn today. He spent the night at Blue Pearl. And then we picked up Ruthie, formerly known as Lucy. So we have the 3 puppies here as well because our poor, sweet foster mama Nana, Christine, fell down and hurt and broke her ankle in like 3 places, and she's having surgery. So everybody please send a prayer to Christine. So we had to run over and pick up the puppies to lighten the load a little bit for her. So we have the 3 puppies here that are available for adoption: Geb, Aries, and Homer. They're about 10 to 12 weeks. And then again, I just went over who we saved, Vaughn and Ruthie, and then our already full house. So, and house 1 is completely full as well, where Tiffany is, and our other wonderful volunteers. We have Red, we have Cookie and Lola, bonded pair. We have Albert. Tiffany is fostering Tootie, who's going in for a double surgery for both anals to be removed and her tail. And then we have Sam and Susie. We have sweet Colin. I think I've named everybody. And Albert. And we have baby Eric. Puppy baby Eric is still at the hospital going back and forth with Ellen, but he needs a forever home. So if anybody's interested in offering baby Eric, the Staffy Terrier that was dumped in the dumpster, he's ready for a home. If you're interested in offering Eric, the dumpster baby, a home. Yes, I said Red. Thank you, Kim. So that's my update. Everybody, please, if you can, make a donation for our ongoing medical and our ongoing amazing mission to allow us to save so many of these lives. Where would these babies end up if it wasn't for us? I know that Lucy, who is now Ruthie, was in the shelter Miami-Dade for over 6 weeks. No interest, no holds. And we went back and we placed our hold and we said, that's it. And I did a post today because I was sitting with her in the bathroom. The love that comes out of that dog. I was thinking to myself, how many Lucy's, Ruthies in that shelter are being killed because nobody steps up, and they are that sweet and that perfect of an animal. And it's, to me, so sad, and it is just such a waste. There's no reason for it. And I will tell you, the shelter was empty. Empty. As far as Broward Shelter, I have no idea what's going on because we're still not allowed in there. As far as the cruelty case is going on, I got an email that I don't know how much battery I have, so if I lose you, you're going to know why. My phone's going to die. The boxes are still up. The doors are open. No dogs are in there. I questioned where's the coolant system. Apparently, Animal Control went out today and yesterday. They said that the owner was not home, but the car was there. No answer. And they said there's no reason. The dogs were running free. There's no reason for follow-up. But I will tell you, I did not hear anything about a coolant system. I did not hear anything about the boxes being broken down. So we'll wait and see. It's in the officials' hands. We've been speaking with the officials back and forth, and that's all we can do right now. So I'm going to sign off, everybody. Enjoy your evening. I hope I've updated all of you. I know we've been receiving a lot of private notifications and emails asking a lot of questions. So I thought I would take this opportunity and just do, I thought it was going to be quick, but it's not, because there's just so much to update. But everybody, here's our Vaughn that you were all asking for. And he's loving the touch. You can see he's accepting it. So one day at a time. One day at a time. 100 plus abandoned dogs of Everglades, Florida.